Hello, everyone. Welcome to Scarredlands, A Family Affair, Season 2, Episode 2, Chaos in Weasel's Crossing. Theoretically, we will not be repeating our audio issues that we had last session.
Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Please sound off in the chat and let us know if you can hear what we will. Hear the words that are coming out of our mouth?
Not just Travis's mouth, all of our mouths.
Right, everybody. The whole room, as it were. And while I'm waiting for that to sort itself out, a couple quick announcements. The D&D 5e settings sale is now live over at DriveThruRPG. So lots of 5e settings are discounted, including several Scarredlands books, including Yugman's is like one of the featured discounts, and that's 60% off. So you can get a copy of Yugman's for $9.99. Go buy it. I think Frostlands, I think that extends into some of the Slitherin Vault, and I'm pretty sure Frostlands is one of the ones that's on sale as well. So please go buy that and tell all your friends to do so. Also, if you head over to theonyxpath.com, all the information is up for Onyx PathCon. If you want to run games, play games, all that info is up there. I would love to see people running Scarredlands left and right, all over the place. And there's probably going to be a few Scarredlands streams right here on this channel. As the convention goes on, we've got some partnered channels that are going to be hosting different games, and Plastic Age Plays will be the home of all 5e OGL stuff for all your Pugmire streams. If you want to find something that's D&D adjacent, I'm here that weekend, and it will be here. So I think that's all of the stuff I had to get out of my face before we started.
And so audio sounds right.
Sweet. Yeah. That is good to know, because we missed a lot of funny stuff last time.
Yeah.
I will forever be sad. All right, so when last we met, the party had not surprisingly split. In the north, several of you went to free the halfling slaves before they could be abused to the point that the one lost her child and that the slave owners were slaughtered by the local clergy. Mm-hmm. In the process of doing so, you slaughtered most of the slave owners, which is never going to not be funny to me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's really kind of what you do. Whilst that was going on up top, down back at the house, Millie and Khaled and Zopa and Nikki were sitting around kind of having a conversation as Cheshire had passed out in the bed. And there was some discussion about what to do regarding the neighbors, and there was some discussion about what to do regarding the basement. I don't believe... Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe any cogent plan had emerged regarding either of those action items. Is that...
Yeah, no cogent plan has emerged regarding any of our actions so far.
T-shirt.
I mean, we're doing stuff.
I'm pretty sure plan A is to go down there together and see if I can destroy the whip with my axes.
Yep.
Wait for us to get back.
That was the together.
Plan is to go down together.
Okay.
And plan B was to burn the house down or something like that. Kill the neighbors, burn the house down.
Fill the basement with cement that we don't have.
Yeah. Right. Okay. And at the very end of the game, you had all those of you who were back at the house had heard some noise being made by escaped halflings who had made their way down.
Terrified, liberated slaves desperately asking for help and explanations.
I have a question about the timeline.
Sure.
That I hope my character would know. That breakfast, was this after we had saved the cows from the flesh strippers?
No. The flesh stripper attacks would be tonight.
Okay. I was thinking this was the morning after that.
No.
Because I thought the barbecue invite was in response to saving them from the flesh stripper attack.
It wasn't it?
Little traps.
Had you been invited to a barbecue yet?
Yeah, remember the neighbor kid came over and was inviting us to the barbecue. Mm-hmm. That's how he came in the house, and we told him.
It's weird. It's almost as if fucking with time has started to create continuity errors.
That makes perfect sense.
Wibbly wobbly, motherfuckers.
I mean, he did come over, but then we told him that he should run away from home.
Yeah. But I thought he was.
I don't think he invited us.
No, he did.
He was starting to.
As time travel has become a central theme of this campaign, I'm going to illuminate the players in the audience at home as to my house rules regarding time travel, which is we do our best to not think too hard about it. And if there's continuity errors, it's because you started poking at time, which was a bad idea.
I'm a Doctor Who fan.
Well, then you should understand this.
Oh, hell yeah.
Nothing fucking makes sense.
Nothing fucking makes sense, yeah. So we have not, in fact, saved cows from flesh strippers yet, and do not have a dozen flesh strippers in a box in the back in the barn.
Those factoids are absolutely accurate.
These are all things that we have, in fact, said and done.
Those things are true. You do not currently have your flesh strippers.
All right.
So now that we know where everyone is, and I'm going to give all of you a chance to either internalize what you've done so far and think about it, or
know what you've done,
or discuss, in chat off, between one another what you would like to accomplish. But we're going to focus in a little bit on your brother, who has been comatose since your return back into the time stream. So, Chaz, the last thing that Cheshire remembers is going through that portal.
Right.
And when you went through the portal, unlike the others who sort of had a flash of light and then were back home, you went through the portal and your flash of light was more of like a slow, like additive dissolve of light.
Nice dissolve.
Yeah.
And when that ends, you come to like feeling this rocking sensation. And as you open your eyes, you see above you the rooftops of buildings pointed down at you.
Excellent.
And you're hit with the odor of ineffective sewage in a large metropolitan area. Several thousand residents in a closed air system on a hot July day with like insufficient shower. There's
I thought the caverns were bad.
There's a bit
of a
of
sci-fi convention then.
Easy.
Let's not think too hard about that. We're just now getting back to those. Let us stay wistful until we've been through it a couple times. There's the slightest mist in the air that seems to be settling on you, of just kind of like a grimy mist. And a waft of rot comes up as you hit a bump, and you look over and you see that there's a corpse next to you that looks like it was left several days in the heat and has sort of bursted in places. You sit up, kind of look around a little bit, notice that you're in the back of like a wagon. The person pulling the wagon, at first you think it's someone like on a horseback or riding maybe a giant goat, but then you realize that there's just a goat from the waist down and a person from the waist up, who's got it like strapped to almost like a chest harness as they're moving forward through the cobblestone streets of a city you've become all too familiar with in these last few excursions of the mind.
Yeah, I guess I should have seen this coming. Okay.
So you're finally awake.
This is new and different. What? Was I not awake? When was I not awake? And then
Or you just start speaking to the person that's clappity-clapping along?
Yeah.
He stops and turns around. Boy, you're meant to be dead.
I mean, depending on your definition, I might or might not be. But if I'm like walking around, I can leave, right? Also, if I were to leave, how would I not be here? Like, I have lots of questions for you, and I don't really know what way to ask them, so I'm just going to ask you a whole bunch and see what we get from there. Is that okay?
Right. Listen, like I can't just have you be getting up. I've got a quota to meet. I've already got you inventoried in. The paperwork's got to match up, or else I'll hear no end of it. Okay. So first of all, there's that. All right.
Okay. And I want to help you. I do, but as you can see, I'm already upright. I can't. Not.
He like holds up a stick.
Yeah.
Huh?
I'll summon my sword. Like, no, like, I don't want to. I just want to chat. Let's not go here this fast. Sharp beats blunt. That's how that works. I think there's a children's game about something. Yeah.
Shears and stones or something like that.
Stones and like gloves or something. I don't know.
Parchment, I think. Yeah. Shears, stones, and parchment. Yes. Right. Okay. So we're a bit of an impasse. Have you got any jink on you? I'd probably go. I'd let you go for 5 coppers. That'll smooth over.
I'm pretty sure I'm still broke as shit from the last time I tried to buy a book. So no, I got 15 gold. Okay, we got some money.
Okay, what are you going to give him coin-wise?
Since I don't know what, I'm just going to give him like 1 gold coin and be like, does this work? He
looks at it kind of funny, looks at you kind of funny, and then he like bites it and bends it and says, "Oh, all right then. That'll do. That'll do."
But I'm hoping like with that coin right there, you can help me figure out anything.
I mean, anything?
I have a few questions.
I might have answers. You're sitting in a cart full of dead people.
Why? Yeah. Why am I there? Because I'm not dead.
I found you were when I found you. At least you looked it. You weren't breathing.
Query for the DM.
Yeah.
I don't have to breathe. Can I like fake breathing to like? Because I don't do that anymore.
So is that a standard thing, or is that a ability you have to activate?
That's just a standard. Like, I do not breathe. I don't.
Oh, then yeah, you probably need to concentrate on it to do it, or at least be aware of it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not something that you'll do like while you're sleeping. You can probably. I will go ahead and say that you can probably just remember to breathe, partially because like you use that for things like smelling and talking. So I mean, like, you know, remembering to do that's not that big of a stretch. But like if you're sleeping or something like that, no,
it's
you
just
look like a corpse. Yeah.
Okay, then I'm going to start to breathe because since he said I'm not breathing, I want to at least pretend like I'm alive. So when I was found, like just exaggerated breaths in, where was I when I was found dead?
Oh, you was in an alley off the lower ward.
Okay, that was less helpful than I thought.
It's the funniest thing, actually. You're lucky I found you, because there were several of us that all kind of rushed over there. We saw a little bit of a gold mine open up, and so we rushed over there, and you wound up in my cart, and I'm a nice fella, all things considered. So, if you'd wound up in, like, Patterson's cart, he'd have just, hit you the moment you started talking, I'm sure of it.
There were a whole... Do you remember what the other bodies looked like?
Well, I mean, several of them are sitting right there next to you.
Can I look through the bodies for anyone that looks slightly familial?
Absolutely, yeah. Bright side, you're pretty sure you're not related to anybody in this cart. But while you're sifting through it, go ahead and give me an Arcana check if you don't mind.
I would love it if one day I played a character who's not dumb as shit. 9.
It's not the greatest, not too bad. It is, with that, basically all you're able to ascertain is it looks like all of the wounds on these bodies were either the result of like some sort of like an alchemical explosion or like a spell gone awry. Like none of this looks like it was done by weapons, and none of it looks like it was done by natural beasts.
Right. I have that ring of the pack. Right? Do I still have that on?
As far as I know, yeah. Why would you have taken it off?
We're not okay, and no one took it off. Then I want to. Do I sense my family anywhere? I just want to hold my hand up and.
No.
Okay. That actually makes me feel better. So I want to ask my new friend. First, like, what's your name?
My name is Claude.
Claude, nice to meet you. I'm Cheshire. I don't mean to take you out of your way, but do you know where there are any bookstores nearby?
Oh, yeah, bookstores all over the place.
Did I ever get the name of that bookstore person?
Did you get I believe you got the name of the bookstore, and he had asked you to return and the next time you were in town.
Huh. But then, if I can remember the name, I want to be like, I want to go to this bookstore, or just get directions here.
He says, "Oh, you're in luck. We'll be going right by it on the way to the mausoleum."
Can I walk with you and not with the dead bodies?
Well, sir, normally protocol would dictate that the bodies, once they're in the cart, stay in the cart until they part ways with the collector. But since you're such a fine tipper, I think I can make an exception.
Thank you, Claude. I just want to, I guess I'll chat Claude up, being a collector, who he was going to give me to, these fine details.
He explains to you that he's a collector, so collectors are sort of freelancers that work by contract mostly for the dustmen. They gather bodies, take them to the mausoleum, sell them off to the dustmen. Usually they get to keep whatever's on a body. He says, you're in quite a bit of luck, because I usually don't search till I get to the mausoleum. And they get paid so much, per corpse. If it's a complete corpse, they get 5 copper, and then it goes down by percentage of body that's left behind.
Yeah.
He also just sort of mentions on the way that the strangest thing, like a portal opened above that alley, which isn't weird, but the dozens of bodies that came falling out of it were a bit strange.
Dozens of bodies. I cannot tell what killed them. Pretty sure my family's not here, which means... Can I do some sort of religion check to see if the whatever killed them is similar to ways in which me and my patron?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Go for it. No, it doesn't seem familiar. Like your patron, the only thing that really jumps out at you immediately is the lack of mummification on these bodies. you would expect your girlfriend to be a little bit more, her boss to be a little bit more
like thorough in her.
Right.
Okay. All right, it's good enough for me. Then I will go to the bookstore.
All right, they drop you off just outside of the Parted Veil.
Yes.
And,
thanks, Claude. I'm sure I'll see you again.
You can count on it. I'll find you. Make sure that the dustmen treat you real nice.
Thanks. I'll make sure I'm dead next time.
I mean, save us both some trouble and you a little bit of gold.
Okay. I'll do my best.
Walks off. And as soon as you step inside the bookstore, Kesto leaps from behind the counter, runs over to you and says, "Oh, I was very worried this was going to happen. Let me look at you." And he climbs up on a bar stool and starts lifting your eyelids and opening your mouth.
Nice to see you too. Why?
Oh, this is terrible. Terrible things have happened.
I'm not that bad of company. I mean, I don't think it's that bad.
Did you kill a god?
I feel like I would remember killing a god.
Destroy a fundamental artifact tied to the operation of the universe.
Did Cheshire know what that was?
Did you know what was?
Did Cheshire know that was an artifact of chaos or something?
The Star of Chaos? I believe you all knew what it was, right?
Okay.
If I recall properly?
I don't think we destroyed it. I think it's pretty safe.
Oh. You don't think you destroyed it?
No, we moved it.
Well, you can't just go poking at the fundamental linchpins of the universe, just shifting them about.
I mean, if it's that fundamental, wouldn't it be more resistant to a little bit of poking?
I mean, you'd think, but I didn't design this place.
So let's say we destroyed it, right? What does that mean? Not that we did.
It would explain an awful lot.
What would explain specifically?
Well, two things. One, he grabs a random book off his bookshelf and opens it, and you see that the ink is writing over itself. Changing, shifting through languages. Yeah. So yeah, this one's not supposed to do that. And he shows the book. And then he looks and points over your shoulder out the door. That's also a bit of a sign.
What am I looking at?
You turn around and you see a woman floating just outside of the bookstore door, about 20 feet tall, dressed in a black dress with various chains that have hooks on them, sort of wrapped around her form and then just trailing off into nowhere, wearing a porcelain mask surrounded by a ring of blades that stick out, pointing outward.
I'm gonna need Cheshire to do some kind of check. I don't know what kind of check, but Chaz is horrified. And I need to horrified as I am, so I don't know what kind of check it is, but I need to
maybe a wisdom saving throw, maybe, to not just, or a charisma saving throw, to not immediately fall prostrate and start begging for your life.
Yeah, that's fair. Don't you dare fuck this up. I don't know if that's good or not.
That's pretty good. You see two creatures, both about 9 feet tall, wearing tan robes with elongated tops of their heads, and then their hair goes up probably another 2 feet above that, white hair shocked straight back, almost like Bride of Frankenstein-esque. And they float in. They don't appear to have feet, but they float in at walking height. And you notice each of them has a hammer on their belt. And they immediately start pointing at you and emoting as you see speech bubbles appear next to them with various icons in the speech bubbles.
You're in an Asterix comic.
I'll look at Kesto to see if he maybe just created a teleportation thing home, but I could run right now, but I don't think that happened. So
he says, "Those are Dybbuk's. I'm sorry. Those are Dabus. They very much. They're insistent that the lady would like to speak with you."
I'm going to put my glasses on that can read any language. Does it work for the little bubbles?
It does, yes. It says, Cheshire of Scarn, surrender yourself immediately to judgment by the Lady of Pain.
That does not sound great at all. So I'm going to take 6 seconds and just think on my family. So I'm going to walk out.
All right. As soon as you clear the threshold of the bookstore, chains wrap around from either side, from the left going around your upper body, from the right your lower body. As soon as the chains finish wrapping around you and tighten, you see yourself surrounded entirely by a muted, colorless, super desaturated version of the city.
Already? God damn. Look, do I see anyone in this desaturated, or is it just me and the city?
It's just you and the city.
I guess I'll yell out, Lady of Pain, is this your judgment? All right, as expected. And then I'm just going to start walking in the direction.
All right, you start walking off in a random direction. Closer to Cheshire, at least Cheshire's body, back in Khaled's house, you all hear these halflings sort of making their way into the neighbor's place across the street after he's greeted them to come in. Now, Nikki had walked out to go over and confront the neighbors. What are the rest of you going to do?
All right. I will follow. I'm going to grab some pancakes. I want to try and lure the halflings out of the neighbor's house. The pancakes, because I feel like it might be dangerous over there for them.
You want to kill
we don't
them
need
outside?
What's that?
You want to kill them outside?
Well, no. The halflings are okay. We need to keep the halflings away from the psychotic neighbors.
Oh, gotcha. Yes.
Let's just go over and make sure they're okay. And I'll follow Nikki out the door.
No, I want you to stay here and make sure he doesn't leave.
Don't want psychotic neighbors to sacrifice them to Mormo or something.
All right, so you step out. You and Nikki walk up. Rinaldi answers the door. Oh, our neighbors, I see you haven't caused enough trouble putting all sorts of strange ideas in my boy's head.
Yeah.
Strange ideas?
He came in babbling about something that you had all said about us being evil and manipulative and some nonsense you were filling his head with, and about being a bard and going off to Leone.
Okay, that last part was definitely true because he did some music for us and it was so amazing. We had to support his dreams. We saw some halflings run in here. They're probably related to my dad.
It would probably help if you sounded like you believed it as well.
Are you talking about the escapees that are over here?
You're supposed to be good at lying.
Escapees? No, I don't think I'd met any escapees. I'm going to look at Nikki. What is Nikki doing?
She's she's kind of looking down, and you realize that what she's doing, at first it looks like she's just averting her eyes from this person while they're talking, But you realize what she's doing is kind of like assessing her knuckles. Like which one do I want to lead with when I punch this dude in his jaw? Basically.
I slowly start to draw my axes out.
Rinaldi looks down and says, well, there's no need for any sort of violence. And he stops dead middle of his word. And is going to cast a spell at you.
I'm going to cast Stab You in the Face back.
Okay. Let's bring this down to an initiative roll, shall we? Let's see who gets to go first. It's
not the best way of doing this, but I'm not there to stop you.
We tried the diplomatic route. Zopa was badass.
Who's the one with charisma? Oh, right. Dead.
I didn't know Enrique was going to go home and tell his parents.
Right? I mean, he is pretty stupid, so...
Okay, so first action does go to you, Zopa, so you can try to interrupt this as you notice that Rinaldi is preparing a cone of cold.
Okay, yeah, I just want to pull out my dagger and just jam it up under his chin, through his face. You know what I mean? Like that.
Like kill him?
Oh yeah,
just threaten it.
That was always on the agenda to begin with.
All right,
it's an 18 hit him.
18 will hit. I will go ahead and say that because Nikki is close enough, that does trigger a sneak attack if you have it.
Thank you.
All right, so
that was terrible.
He's taking a total of 11.
Yeah.
You gouge him across, you split his chin because he kind of backs up.
Gotcha.
And you feel some bone chip underneath when you hit the bottom of his chin, but it doesn't quite break the chin. So unfortunately, he is still able to fulfill the verbal and somatic components of this spell that he is going to cast right now.
Con save?
Yeah, just give me a second here.
Yep.
As I bring the spell up because I didn't have it loaded into the Astral Compendium because I'm a douche nozzle. Yeah, all right. So yes, that would be a con save. He is going to kind of take a 5-foot step over Jan so that he can get all three of you in it. So I need con saves.
That would provoke an attack of opportunity.
He wouldn't leave anybody's threat range. He's within, he's within everybody's within.
I can't see the map.
We're busy looking at the results of our own horrible misdeeds.
Yeah.
Right. All right, so your con save DCs are going to be 15.
Not gonna make it.
See if Nikki can do it.
Oh, Nikki, no.
That's not great.
Oh, no.
She's too busy looking at her fists.
All right. That is 40 cold to everybody in that immediate area.
He kept his focus on the spell? Yeah.
It's not concentration.
No, but to even pull it off, because he gets damage.
Yeah, it doesn't. Taking damage doesn't keep you from casting a spell.
Doesn't it? Oh, okay. Just from concentrating on the spell.
Yeah, if you have concentration spell, yeah, but you can.
I'm rolling wrong edition again.
Yep, you can fire off instant effects all day long.
Yeah.
Nikki,
damn magic rules interfering with D&D.
Nikki drops unconscious and frozen to the ground. Millie, what you got?
Oh, I don't like this at all.
What was the reason we took him out so fast last time?
Yeah, I'm going to step back. Hey, Dad?
He'll come running out.
And then I'm going to throw my axes and use my bonus action to call upon the power of the multiverse.
All right. Excellent.
So we haven't torn enough holes in reality already today.
That'll hit with a crit. And then roll for your other one. That also crits, so he has to make his con save. All right, so you throw the two axes, and the first one's splits his left arm off, and the second one just completely obliterates, like his head just sort of disappears into a pink mist as the axes fly back into your hands.
Thank you, Millie.
Axe is better than whip.
Khaled runs over and jumps next to Nikki and starts stabilizing her.
I can do that.
Are you stepping forward, Gordon?
Yeah.
As you step forward, her eyes open up and she stands up, but very clearly looks like she's being puppeted.
Whoa. I raise my axes again.
Did I hear anything like verbal components going off to cause such a thing from inside the house?
No.
Okay.
She looks at you with glassy, dead, clearly her eyes are vacant, but she kind of turns her head towards you and says, "Oh, child, how did you get your hands on those?"
Mine.
Are they? Make a Constitution saving throw, please.
No! They're
Constitution saving throw is my only weakness.
7.
You drop to your knee. You feel your hands drop to the ground and let go of the axes. They fly through the air, and Nikki's unconscious body catches them.
Nikki, don't be a bitch.
I won those fair and square.
She looks down at them and says, "How are there two?"
That's what they were like when I got them.
There's another set in Hollowfaust right now.
I mean,
Wouldn't there be 4?
Well, this set is my set. You can have the one in Hollowfaust.
There's 2 Nickies.
Sniffing them and says, "This is bad." And raises the axes above her head and slices through the air. As she slices through the air, you all feel like you're hit with a spray of blood. Warm liquid sort of sprays over you. And as you sort of flinch from it and then reel and regain your senses, you all who are out in this street, including Rinaldi's body, now see yourselves standing in the center of what appears to be sort of almost like a imagine like a coliseum, but doesn't have any seating. So you've got a open area for fighting. You have pillars out probably they're probably about 80 feet from one another. And then just cracked barren earth as far as you can see, leading off to some mountain ranges in the far distance. At the north end of this arena you find yourself in, that's the word I was looking for, you see a altar. And there appears to be various body parts, organs, innards, smears of blood laid out on this altar. Nikki crumples, though the axes remain where they were, but now held in the hands of a very tall, very hairy, very cranky Bangle the Ravager.
To be fair, he's always very cranky.
I'm gonna sit down.
He says, explain quickly and use small words. He steps in closer to you.
Because they can't understand big ones. I mean, what?
Hey,
Big one
Uncle. So we got sent back in time. And I think that's what's causing this confusion.
Sent?
Yes.
What else did you break?
I'm not aware of anything that we broke. We're trying to fix things.
Time. That insufferable twit, Hadrada, set up time to work front to back for a reason.
I'm with you.
And now, because whatever you did, because there are 4, there should be 2, I have to go ask that fool for counsel.
Do you want me to do that for you?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Go.
Can I take those with me?
No!
But she won them fair and square.
If I decide, for whatever reason you got these in the first place, that you deserve them again, I'll deliver them.
Okay.
Then why are you still here?
Looking for the door.
I look around the arena. I'm not sure where to go.
He screams and picks up Rinaldi and slams him on the ground. And as he hits the ground, his body just bursts, like throwing a water balloon at the sidewalk. Everywhere that the blood lands, you see like a road appear, like reality rips about 10 feet up from where the blood lands, and you see like a road out in front of you, just like a dirt road through what appears to be like wheat covered plains.
Okay. Well, I'm going to take my moonshine swords from Mickey, since I don't have my axes anymore. And then I'm going to stabilize her.
Yeah, do we need to carry her out?
Khaled's got her stabilized at this point, but she is still very much unconscious.
Okay. So she's stable. And I'm just going to try and drag her.
Your dad will help.
Cool.
Just being very silent and looking terrified as you walk out until you get across the threshold of this portal, which slams shut, locking you off from the Mervyn Henge and leaving you on this road.
And we don't know where we are?
No clue. You can try to make a, I guess, nature or survival, whichever is better for you there, planar ranger.
And anywhere is better than where we just were, so...
Lucky it's not the abyss.
Your uncle's kind of grumpy.
Yeah, he was not that mean last time.
What's his deal?
21.
Nice.
You're kind of amazed. Everything you know about the planes leads you to think you must simply be mistaken. But all the symptoms of this place, the look of it, the feel of it, the sort of almost like just at the edges of perception, telltale signs of a planar nature, all point to this being a path directly on the world tree. There are a couple of cosmologies that sort of explain the way the world, the cosmos is set up. One of them being the world tree, that each of these worlds are sort of a branch on this tree. As near as you can tell, you're standing basically on the bark. So kind of a planar superhighway where you could go literally anywhere.
Oh man, our siblings are gonna be pissed.
Maybe one of these leads to them. Do you see any signs? Or...
So, I know this sounds crazy.
Okay.
But I think we're on the world tree.
The world tree.
Yeah.
Khaled says, yeah, it's going to take some explanation. Was that Vangal?
Yeah.
Like, really? Like, not like a priest?
Yeah. We met him before, and he was much nicer than that. I met him before, I guess.
There are so many things in that sentence I don't believe.
I'm not saying he was nice. I'm saying he was nicer because he needed help.
Well, I mean, that's a fairly low bar to cover, I suppose, to clear, I suppose. So do you know how to get us out of here?
Well, I'm assuming he put us on the path we're supposed to be on, since I'm supposed to ask someone for... You know, he didn't tell me who I'm supposed to ask for counsel. He's very bad at asking for help and giving instructions.
I think he was just a bit busy doing a lot of yelling and being angry.
Taking my axes.
Taking your axes.
Khaled says, I think he wanted us to go to Hadrada.
Can you
Hadrada.
When you do the bow thing that I've seen you do, and it like goes and rips holes in the fabric of reality. Yeah. Can you choose where that goes?
No.
Oh. Never mind then.
Make a.
Want to go this way?
Give me a nature or survival check. Beautiful. Yeah. Being asked that question, you realize no, you can't direct a portal, but you do realize that according to what you believe or what you've learned so far about the world tree, that you can direct it by desire. Like if you want really hard for a road to go somewhere, it'll go there.
So not with the arrows, but I can potentially direct this road if I want to. If I think about it really hard. But first, I'm fucking wiped, so it's not. I'm gonna guess because Zopa, you're also hurt, right?
Yeah, but
Nikki's definitely.
Yeah.
So I'm going to prayer of healing.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
And so that does
3d8 plus 3 for everybody.
Beautiful. Just be ready in case Nikki's mad at you because of the axes being gone.
Well,
I don't want you to have to fight again. And she's almost as grumpy as as her dad. Her uncle. I am so confused on who's who and what. Vangel. She's almost as grumpy as Vangel.
You know, I find that phrase a little harder to swallow all of a sudden.
I feel like we were on such solid footing to be able to, tell Dad what to do because.
So, all right,
and now this has happened.
Is it 16 for everybody?
Yeah. Thank you.
Nikki sits up. What did I miss? Did we get him? Why are we in a field?
We did. We did get him. Go team.
Where are your axes?
Yeah, so, the whole going back in time thing made there be 4 axes.
It's too many.
It is. Vangel would agree with you. So, Vangel took the axes.
What a dick.
I know. That's what I said.
He stands up and dropped us off in a field?
Yeah, I think we're on the world tree. And we're trying to go to... What's that place called?
Well, you're trying to go to Hadrad's crib. You're not sure where that would be. You might want to roll an Arcana check.
Neat. That's not a thing that I'm great at.
Can I give her advantage by sharing any Arcana knowledge I have?
Sure.
Shit, not like it mattered.
Didn't help. You're like, well, that's kind of a great question. He's probably in a plane that's lawful. Yeah, you always stop by, Madriel's realm and ask for directions. Or just the first realm you pop by.
Right. Like looking for any kind of signposts, arrows, neon signs, anything that says, what's down that way or that way?
Yeah. I am just going to follow the road that we've been put on and think really, really hard about the name of this place and hope that works. And if it doesn't, I'll ask directions at the first place we find.
Well, the name of which place? Are you going to try to get to Madriel's realm, or are you going to try to figure out where Hadrada's at?
Hadrada.
You're thinking more about a person than a place?
Yes.
Going to Hadrada's heaven would probably give you hives.
What's your spellcasting ability modifier?
Wisdom.
Why don't you go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw?
So going to the city of Hadrad would give all of us hives.
Such a silly place.
You can do it, Astro. I believe in you.
Still chugging out a number? If rolling in D&D Beyond is faster, you may do so as well.
Oh.
There we go. 12. Okay. You're thinking really hard about, trying to find a specific deity. and continue walking along the road with no, doesn't appear to have had any effect on your journey. Seems like maybe you just, you have to focus on either a location or maybe a feeling. You don't seem to be able to latch onto a person. Could be because they're a deity. Could be just because they are powerful enough that they don't want to be found, so therefore they won't be. Whatever the reason, you can't seem to lock on.
I'm going to focus on Madriel's realm, because that at least is somewhat familiar to me.
All right. You take about 3 or 4 more steps. And you notice suddenly the plains around you with the grain on them, you see them almost like between steps rise up into a series of rolling hills. And you see some woodland off in the distance, new cottages. Kind of almost like a perfect countryside, like what you've maybe heard tales of what Skarn looked like before the Divine War.
This is nice.
Off in the distance, you see a towering fortress.
I'm going to go there.
It's glowing. Very clearly, this is the place known as the Citadel of the Sun in lore and legend. You begin making your way there. I'll get back to you. Up in the shit show of liberation attempt.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't a shit show. We had things perfectly under control. We were just killing assholes.
So you have now slaughtered everybody who's in charge.
Oh, so the farmer bandit king is dead now.
Yeah, he
still a few hit points left when we left.
He gets his head. He had a few hit points left and was directly next to an aggressive dinosaur. Mm-hmm. So he's done. His head is bitten off. He drops dead. The remaining slaves sort of all run over and shout, "Yay!" Because they're free. And
I step up and go, "Be gone, creature from the dark!" and dispel the dinosaur in a dramatic way.
And they all turn to you and say, "Thank you."
No problem. That foul. Once the dinosaur's gone, so as not to say bad things about him, the unicorn will protect you.
They all start huddling around, and they start doing a head count. And they're like, "Oh, we have missing. Some of us are missing."
I think they ran off.
Oh no! What are we gonna...
Who's your leader? Like, of who's left?
Leader?
By the way, I'm gonna kind of fade back a little bit and start to let the disguise quietly lapse, because it's not going to be terribly productive at the moment.
All right, and what are you doing, Gix?
Gix, fuck off. I think you're the bad guy. Go hide.
How am I the bad guy?
Because you attacked the farmer.
I
was rescuing them from the dinosaur and you.
Oh. I'm just gonna wave at all the commoners, like, sheepishly. Hi. Just say hi.
One of them goes, "That's not a troll, that's a Scrag."
Yes, thank you. You right there. You're the best.
They kind of smile, brimming with pride.
Well, I step back in as if, sort of, coming in from where I was just fighting, just out of view over there. I'm not quite sure what happened here, but at least we got here in time to stop it before.
Let's hide the bodies and...
You! Shut up! You! Relax. All right. So, what happened here was a dinosaur attacked these guys, and we don't know why, and we happened by in time to help, and the farmer misinterpreted and attacked our friend here because, as you said, Scrag, not troll.
We were running after an escape dinosaur, which I dispelled back to the dimension of dinosaurs.
Everybody got their story straight.
Mm-hmm.
Dinosaur attacked, we don't know why. We tried to help.
Mm-hmm.
They attacked our friend.
Mm-hmm. The one who said, that's a Scrag, goes, oh, so you're making that story up because you came and saved us.
Yep. He's definitely the best.
Yeah.
Definitely the best one.
Yeah. That's exactly what I put my hands on his shoulders and I say, that's exactly what I'm doing. And I pull my collar back to show where there's still sort of, old tangled chafe marks from a slave collar that used to be around my neck. That is exactly what I'm doing here. Okay?
Yeah, we got it. Whatever you say. I guess you're the new boss. I don't think the farmer had any family.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I don't know that we're going to be the new bosses, but we're going to try to get you guys settled with, somebody who'll treat you right. And I do like like basically a farmhand, subtle signal of like somebody who's not going to beat your asses with sticks when you're lying on the ground, kind of thing.
They can own the farm themselves, perhaps.
While they're having that conversation, since I'm convinced they're the best, I'm using my woodcarver's tools to make a little wooden star just for them.
You go up and give them a little wooden star to celebrate their goodness.
The one who called you a Scrag, not a troll.
The farmer from across the way comes back with two of his farmhands and says, everything calmed down over here now?
Yeah,
I'll let Jedryn do the talking.
I'm still not entirely certain what happened here, which is kind of truthful. But
there was a dinosaur. We chased it away.
Yeah, there was a dinosaur, and we came to help, and they jumped on my friend here, who's a Scrag, not some weird woodland troll or anything, and
he looks awfully moist for a troll.
Yeah, and the workers here say that everybody from the farm is dead. So, I mean,
that's a shame.
Yeah.
Well, if you all need a safe, representative, I can take you down to. We can head up into Fairhaven. Either get get whoever's rightful property of this farm is a hold of it, or get you all handled. I guess. I guess if there's no succession for the farm, I think that means you're free.
Yeah, I think you're right, I say suspiciously. Remembering all the work that I did the last time to work up the manumission papers and stuff.
Well, I'll tell you what, why don't you all come over to my farm? I've got some food, I've got some drink. We can get you at least comfortable for the night. We'll take care of the dead, and we'll let the priests and the barristers in the village know what happened, and we'll go from there.
Yeah.
They all nod and say, "Yeah, thank you so much." And the one that you handed the wooden star to sort of winks, like very cartoonishly at Korggix, like, yes, we will go see the barrister.
I'm actually kind of interested when we do go to meet my
Keep an eye out for wayward dinosaurs.
my old boss.
Stay safe.
I wonder if he'll recognize his handiwork on my dagger.
Could be. Do you want to... they're planning on going back up to the town tomorrow, so do you want to try to... what would you like to do from here, I guess?
We should go check on Dad.
Yeah, we should.
We
We should probably get home because
you can
Yep.
look at your
Yeah,
check out
yeah,
your
yeah,
house later.
That can wait. It's not important. How?
Yeah.
I assume she recognizes my voice from the message. I'm like, I'll just like, how are you doing? Just like assuming that she'll know I'm talking about her.
To who?
The what the hell is her name?
Oh no, they booked.
They booked.
Oh, did they dip? Okay.
Yeah, they just left. They were
They
like,
took off. They were like,
dinosaur slave revolt. Yeah, this is not a thing we need to be.
All right,
here.
cool, perfect. I don't have to worry about that. Yeah,
this is not the place we want to welcome our child into the world.
Right. Yeah.
Now we
That's
might
some,
not
like
get
World of
invitations.
Warcraft origin shit, right? Like,
Now we might not get invitations to the wedding, and that was such a fantastic wedding.
Am I still able to message her? I guess I can't
Message?
see her.
yeah,
Yeah,
message. I
it's
think you need to see.
Yeah, it's 120 feet too.
You don't need to see them,
sending.
but they need to be within
or
range.
you need to know the location.
Right, know the direction or whatever.
Yeah.
If you had sending, you could message them.
We are not that high level.
We can go track them down tomorrow. But look,
Yeah, I'm sure they're not going to get very far
enough
based
of a
on
crisis for one day.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go home and get Dad tucked into bed, and hopefully tomorrow.
I want to
will be a
just
little
go
bit more.
lay in my stable.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I want.
It's your stable. You know,
Do you have that water thing?
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, here. So as we're walking down the road, I'm like,
So is that enough time to get me full HP? That's the real question.
In the walk back home,
You'll get to full HP.
as we leave a lake behind us on the road.
Yeah.
All
the stream instead of a
by,
river.
there's
random
like, why
puddles
is
at
all
various
this
points
mud
where you're
here?
like, can you get? There's a spear hole back. Oh yeah, that's.
All right, and you start making your way back home. I'll get back to you. So
That's gonna be fun too.
in this maze, you wander what feels like hours, Cheshire. Just kind of wandering around. Unable to see anyone else. Unable to. You definitely have a lay of the land now, but there doesn't seem to be anyone to interact with. And is there anything in particular, I guess, that you would like to try to do during that wandering? Anything you'd like to try to locate, discover, find out?
If I have a lay of the land, I want to go to any place I've been before to see if there's anything that stands out.
It's almost as if you're in a slightly rotten version of the places that you have seen before. And the one thing you find to be very notable is that while you can interact with items, they seem to be what you might call like a pale reflection of their true self. So, for example, if you go into the bookstore and you open the books, none of the books have legible writing on them. They all have scratches that look like somebody wrote something in there once, but they're not there. You do notice the water, like if you walk past like a reservoir, the water is completely still. Like if you move your hand through it, it doesn't ripple.
Mm-hmm. But do I feel water, or is it like just an image?
You feel. It's almost like moving your hand through like a jelly.
Right. I want to summon my sword to see if I still am the same in this weird jelly water.
Your sword appears.
Okay, I'm gonna send that away. Then yeah, I will just keep walking to try to figure out what I can do. Every once in a while, I'll take me a little break and read some of a book. Or to like have some kind of like sense of home, even though it's a weird, freaky human skin book. And then I'll just keep walking and see if anything pops up or tries to kill me, or
After what feels like several hours, you see a fog start to fill the street that you're walking down. One might even more accurately refer to this as a mist.
So let's go towards the mist.
As the mist is filling up the street, you see a carriage come out of it. Bright, gaudy colors, drawn by a horse that's wearing like 15 scarves of also in different bright, gaudy colors. And there are two people riding on the bench of this carriage. One you don't recognize, but they're very loud. Like they're wearing the most ostentatious sort of Renaissance bard garb you've ever seen in your life. Like somebody went to their first Ren Fair and really wanted to go all out type of garb. And just the loudest, most clashing colors imaginable. You have like just like these super bright, piercing blue, like feathers sticking out of like yellow that you can see from space hat. And seated next to them, though she leaps to her feet the minute that they emerge from the mist, is Naya.
We really gotta stop meeting like this.
She runs over and grabs you and says, "Are you okay? How much do you remember?"
I remember that woman with the chains. That was freaky. Do you know her? Because I would like to not meet her again. Or I would definitely like to meet her if she's listening. She is amazing and wonderful. Please don't take that against me.
Okay, there's a lot to explain, and you would not believe what I had to do to get here. So let's hop on the carriage and...
okay. Point of query. This woman apparently wants to judge me.
Yeah, very much. I mean, yes. I'll explain, like, really, the longer we're here, the more... Do you want me to go through this here, or do you want to go somewhere safer? Marginally safer.
Let's go marginally safer. She won't follow me and then, like, fuck up my family if I leave here, right?
Oh, she can't... Her influence ends at the borders of Sigil. You'll be fine.
Yeah, let's go. Let's hope I don't magically end up here again, because that never happens. Yeah, let's just go.
You hop on. She says, Giancarlo, I'd like you to meet Cheshire, Giancarlo. He extends a hand. Greetings, I am Giancarlo Villalobos.
Oh, hey, God. Gene, how are you doing? Cheshire, as you know.
It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. And he takes off his hat and like spins it like 9 times as he bows. Like forehead almost like to the wood on the cart.
I am taking notes in my mind because whoever this guy is, like he has fashion.
It's important to know too. Is he Egyptian?
Oh God! Yeah, I was thinking
he is not Egyptian. He says, "Actually, I'm Romani," and he starts writing.
Well, there we go.
As the carriage lurches forward, mist sort of rushes forward in front of you, and then peels away again. And you see you're riding through a forest at night. Looks, all things considered, relatively calm, but there's a definite sort of spooky factor to it. And you have the feeling, though you can't quite like recognize anything, you have the constant feeling that you're being watched.
God damn it.
Naya turns to you and like grabs your cheeks and like kisses you like 4 times and says, "I'm so glad that you're okay." What did you do?
Everyone keeps asking me that. I don't know what I did. Me and my family, we saw a thing. Apparently we poked it, and now the world's all fucked up. That's not on us. We're just some people out on the world. We didn't do anything. Apparently it was like the foundational of chaos. I don't know. If it's that important, it should be locked up better. Like, if we found it, it can't be that important.
Well, okay. So let me catch you up on what I know. We'll compare notes.
Yeah, okay.
And see what's going on. Apparently, you, your siblings, myself, a few other people who are connected to you, and as near as I can tell, maybe a couple of gods are aware of what's happened. No one else is. There's an item apparently belonged to Enkili. Ring any bells?
Yeah, maybe, possibly.
Do you have it?
Do I have it? No.
Okay. Do you know where it is?
Did we take it? I actually don't remember that.
You don't know. You legitimately do not know.
Yeah. It's possible we took it.
But it's possible you didn't, and if you didn't, it's where it would have been.
Yeah, it's
Probably.
either with us, or where it was, or someone else took it somewhere else. So it's one of those 3 places.
Okay, good. Those are good places to start. So we need to find it. Okay. I can elaborate on any of these points as you need me to. But the short version is the Star of Chaos, which was the item that you interfered with, was created by Enkili, and it served sort of a dual purpose. In one sense, it enlightens the mind of the user and grants the desires found within that enlightenment. In the other sense, less of a concern before, but things have been acting awfully strange in the sort of general fabric of the universe. We've discussed this before. You remember all of that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the Star of Chaos was one of the linchpins that was holding a cage in place for an ancient species of creatures. And when you pulled it out of its plug, we're pretty sure one of them got out.
So, like a galactic space rat is out. Can't we just
Sure, that's one way to look at it. Yeah, I mean, long before my time, I really only know a little bit about the legends surrounding these things. But they're called Sluritians.
Mm-hmm.
They apparently, from what I can understand, want to destroy everything or eat everything or enslave I don't know, bad. They have,
as long as it's just really, a Sluritian and not an Uthriac,
we'll be fine. Really bad things. And apparently before the Divine War, the gods and the Titans imprisoned these things. Apparently one of them is now out.
So a really dangerous galactic space rat.
Yes. Who snuck out of, and by out I mean out of Skarn and the associated planes.
So we're fine.
Well, in the immediate, yes, in fact, seem to be better than we were. Some of the fissures that had been created in reality seem to not be repeating. And some of the damage that had been done is now undone. But two things. One, that hole has something of almost like it's like it's calling out to them. Okay? So all of the ones that are imprisoned but, just dormant or resting or hiding somewhere, yada, yada, all kind of waking up because their celestial, cock is crowing, as it were, and it's time to go. Two, as long as that exists, not only can they get out, but if they get out, they can wreak all sorts of havoc in other places. Other things can get in. It's a problem.
So now we have to go and unpoke the Star of Chaos.
I mean, if you can get it to me, I can get it to Gamgul, and then we can go from there.
I can almost 20% get it to you.
Well, that's better than 0%.
Yeah, I'm trying to be realistic because apparently shit has gotten really weird.
Yeah, there's I don't quite understand why. I think maybe if we speak to some wizards, they might be able to explain it. Not necessarily sure I care why, but like, for example, I assume you, probably your siblings, remember everything that happened before. Others I've spoken to. What?
I don't really remember what happened before.
Everything that happened before you traveled back in time.
Wait, what? Whoa, no, hold on. You can't...
You didn't know?
I feel like I am way more calm for someone who apparently traveled back in time and was arrested with straight chains by some 5,000 foot woman with a porcelain face and like swords coming out of her hands.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I should probably spend a little bit more effort paying attention to your emotions. I'm sorry. Nope. I'll try to be more receptive in the future.
No, it's not. I'm sorry. Time. Okay.
Communication's it's important for our relationship. I think it's a good note, and I will try to keep it in mind going forward.
And I will try to understand that, of course, you won't, you have information, and I should have information. Apparently, when you go back in time, you should realize it. So I will be more understanding in the future as well. But let's go back to the back in time thing.
Sure.
I'm back in time. That's the thing that happened.
Yeah, about a season, give or take. Yeah.
4 months.
And my siblings, we all know this, and everyone else is
I kind of assume you all know it. I know it, and as it was explained to me, I know it because of my connection to you.
Okay. And
because of our nature of being slightly beyond mortal concern. Gamgul knows it, but is sort of the second type. So there's those of us who just remember what happened. Gamgul and a couple of the gods, as far as I know, maybe 1 or 2 people, not sure. Haven't had the occasion to follow up with a lot of mortals. Have sort of a imagine an event that you remember very clearly. Mm-hmm. You can smell the smells, taste the tastes. And then another event that you have a vague recollection of. Maybe it was less important, or maybe it was in your childhood. They have that kind of recollection over top of the clear recollection of the immediate past.
Right.
So they're remembering contradictory things. And then most people, including deities, don't seem to have any recollection whatsoever.
That's
weird. I'm just going to dull my senses so I can process all this. You don't mind, right?
No, that's a perfectly reasonable coping skill.
Form of dread, just straight up. We're back in time. That makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, so fortunately, Giancarlo is an associate of one of Gamgul's worshippers, so we were able to hook up this little ride. Right now, we are in a distant and difficult to locate realm.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was pertinent to bring us somewhere safe where we couldn't be spied on by parties known or unknown.
Appreciate that.
So the question now becomes, do you want to return to your body and back to Skarn and have this conversation there? Or do you want me to send Giancarlo to pick up your family?
I say let's return to Skarn. If I know my family, they're up to some shit. So just picking them up is just going to leave more shit unattended. Yeah, let's go back there.
Okay, I will meet you there.
All right.
And she takes your hands, looks you in the eyes, kisses you deeply, and when you open your eyes again, you're laying in your dad's bed. In the house, the trap door you can clearly see is still there, closed, locked, sealed, not been screwed with yet.
I just want to yell. Just not anything specific, just a loud, bellowing yell.
Okay.
Do we hear this as we walk toward the house?
So as you're walking up to the house, you hear a loud, bellowing yell emerge from inside, clearly recognizing Cheshire's voice.
Run. What is the scene outside? Because I'm kind of guessing that that's right.
Just some blood.
That's right. Ronaldo's body left, right? Yeah. So the door to the house is hanging open. There's a path of frost crystals seeded liberally with blood.
I mean, more like puddles seeded liberally with blood, but yeah.
And a couple of halfling slaves sticking their heads out going, safe to come out yet?
No, you see the halfling slaves are actually all talking with Enrique, and Teresa is tied up. And he's like, no, listen, Mom, like, they deserve to be free. And besides, Dad was clearly evil. Did you see what he did? He tried to blow up he did blow up the neighbors. Neighbors blowed up. They're not there no more. Oh, hey, guys. I think your sisters and maybe one of your brothers got blown up.
Oh, shit. Go find out what's causing the yelling and run into the house?
Yeah, we'll be right back. You guys got this. Yeah, run into the house.
Yeah.
Where yelling come from?
Guys, everybody?
You see Cheshire, just sitting up in bed? Or did you just not even sit up? Are you just laying in bed?
Just laying.
Slam open the bedroom door. Cheshire, are you okay?
Why the fuck do we always do this?
What did we do?
This time it was Jedryn's fault.
Yeah.
It was definitely Jedryn's fault. They went first. I remember.
No. This is all our fault. We fuck up everything all the time. Sit down.
We're fixing it.
Have story time. I'm just
we just saved the baby.
Everything. No, don't care about babies. There's some woman who's like 10,000 feet tall who's trying to kill us. And also, we're back in time. I don't know if you noticed that. And also, there's this like thing called
totally didn't notice
space rat that's trying to destroy the world now. I'm just like rattling off everything. No rhyme or reason. Just, and by the way, this like vault that used to be closed, it's not closed now. So the world's going to end. We kind of did a good thing because some of the figures are gone now, but they're not going to be gone for much long. So like shit has happened.
And it's all Jedryn's fault.
Can you write this down? This is getting complicated. I can't keep track of it all.
That's it. It has gone way more complicated than what it was supposed to be.
Okay. We need to write this down because I think I need a flowchart or something. This is really complicated.
I'm just really impressed that, if Cheshire had to breathe before, we wouldn't have gotten all this information as quickly. Because
Yeah, that's
definitely
true.
didn't stop to breathe.
Like, it was like
that.
10 minutes straight.
Mm-hmm. So,
Where are Millie and Zopa
and
Dad?
Are they gone? Second scream. Just
Don't.
Now the whole house, like the neighbors are all like, "The fuck."
You're gonna too many people. Shush, 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 shush.
alert people. Where are they?
I'm just saying, don't. Okay, remember like 4 months ago when like we don't want the random. We don't want the Chardoon priest to show up. We don't want any. This is like 4 months ago when we first moved into Dad's. I don't remember anything going on back then, but like
Bangles,
back when we were
fucking
back when our
bangles.
biggest concern was flesh strippers eating cows. Shit.
Yeah,
If I had 5 minutes, I would
put it on the list, I say. Start a list, put it on there. I'll be right back. I just got to go make sure that what's-her-name doesn't slip out of her bonds and come over to murder us, because that would complicate things further, and we can't fucking have that right now.
I'm coming with you.
That I'm gonna go check the cow for flesh strippers, but we gotta find out what happened to. Where's Millie and Dad and Zopa?
All right.
Are
You
they
go-
on this plane of existence? I'm
Go
gonna use
check
a ring again.
They are not on this plane of existence.
Ooh.
And,
Could be bad.
all right, look, if
Well,
they're not on
let's
this planet, that's not something that we can fix immediately. You deal with the cows. I'm gonna go deal with the neighbors.
Gix, help me with the cows.
Yeah, yes, that right there. Cheshire, you start writing down what you said, and we'll start the list from there.
No. I'm coming with you.
Okay, all right. Just
Perfect. We could actually just throw the flesh eaters right on you. We gotta. Isn't that the whole thing? We have to keep continuity.
I still have bite wounds from them. Like, we don't need more bite wounds.
As soon
Let's
as
try
you
to-
all step outside, you hear the clopping of feet, of like horse feet. And the entire throughway sort of fills with mist for a moment.
Oh,
As this,
wait, this is good, or as good as it could. It's fine.
just.
as this gaudy carriage pulls up. Though, or I should say gaudy horse, gaudy driver. You recognize the carriage as not the one you just had ridden on.
I'm immediately checking for the Jack in the Box of my father.
Yeah.
You recognize it as the war wagon. Naya hops off of it and says, yeah, I couldn't get the original. Well, this is the... I made a stop and bought you a wagon.
Oh boy,
This?
thank you.
I'm so tired. I don't. just want to lay down.
I missed who bought it. I missed the name.
Naya.
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 Oh, okay.
You didn't have to, but we greatly appreciate it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. Giancarlo, we would have been here sooner, but
Wait.
Giancarlo was talking about...
Who's Giancarlo?
You got the war.
I am Giancarlo Villalobos.
Look how he
I'm like
bugs
touching the wagon, looking for is this my wagon?
So I look over at
It's-
Cheshire and I go, "You got the wagon, but you didn't bring back Slaughter or Sir Sasha."
That's because this wagon is from this time, and Sir Sasha...
Wait, so you stole it?
No, I went and bought it.
No, what?
Just Gix, like, we are dealing with 10,000 feet, like, gods.
I'm
like,
just getting more
And-
tired.
Slaughter and Sir Sasha are still before we even met them. So they're fine.
Okay. You guys, go
They're
deal with the
back
flesh strippers.
with
Uh,
the class dance. It's fine. They're fine.
shirt
Am I
guy.
sure I'm not dreaming?
You're with
and I'm
me.
pinching myself.
I grab Giancarlo and I drag him off towards the house.
Oh,
All right,
well then.
listen. So we've got some escapes. We've got some escaped slaves and a tied-up cultist lady, and we have to kind of wrap this thing up in a bow in some fashion that doesn't rebound horribly on us.
Oh.
I'm assuming you've dealt with shit like this before, so come on.
You can kill them. It makes it easier.
Sure. Of course. Happy to be of service. Anything for a friend of Naya's.
I yell. Make sure that Enrique's a great bard. Great.
Got it.
Take him with you.
He says, "Oh, you're going to be a bard."
Just drag.
He
There's
looks.
money in the attic and this cloak.
He looks around and says, "So, which one am I supposed to make sure doesn't talk?"
The one who's tied up, the mom. She's part of a cult of, I can't fucking remember who, but somebody unpleasant. And
I think it was Mormo. I want to say it was
Mormo?
Mormo.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Mormo.
Yeah.
He walks up to her and says, "Good evening, milady. I am Giancarlo Villalobos. I have been given the unfortunate task of ensuring your silence." Yes, is that what we're doing? So she doesn't talk about everything that's going on?
Much.
So I would like you to know that you have officially been cursed. If you ever open your mouth about the nature of these slaves, anything that the Glassblower family has done, or anything that might incriminate them whatsoever, you will slowly waste away into nothingness no matter how much you eat. He turns and walks away.
There we go.
I actually, Gix actually noticeably looks like he feels bad now because he loves eating. And why would you take away the best part of eating away from somebody?
You really fucked up. All right. So, Enrique.
Yeah, that's a weird curse, man.
Yeah. You're going to be a fantastic bard.
Thanks. I think
Your
so.
mom is an evil cultist.
I noticed, yeah, that's messed up.
Yeah. So I'm going to give you her money, and she's got a cloak somewhere. We'll figure that out. And you can go off to Shelzar, and as far as I know, you will be happy there.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right. So we get that straightened out.
He takes the money and leaves. What were you saying?
Mm-hmm.
Here, there, guys. Come on. Stop walking around the cows looking for flesh stripper.
Go ahead and give me a animal handling check. You can make it with advantage.
And I have, actually, I think I get it with advantage anyway, because for reasons. I need to find my character sheet. There we go. Tell me that worked. That show up?
Yeah, I did. 15.
Okay. All right.
Two of the flesh strippers come over to you. You recognize one of them, the other one you do not. It also strikes you as being mutated.
The one I don't recognize.
Yes.
Or not both of them.
No, just the one that you don't recognize.
Okay. Huh. Like in a bad way?
Its head looks like it's about 3 or 4 times the size, like particularly its cranium looks like it's about 3 or 4 times the size of a normal flesh stripper's.
Do I see this?
No, because you're over with...
oh, man. I was like, there's all sorts
gonna...
of pinky in the brain stuff happening.
I thought you were going to come with me to help with the flesh strippers.
Yeah, I thought...
Oh, were you? Okay, then yeah, you do know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I misunderstood where you were.
That's okay.
Get them some meat or something.
There's been a lot of chaos.
The one with the swollen head looks you in the eyes and says, "Yes, bring us meat." In your head.
Oh, you can talk. Is it speaking the animal language that I can speak?
No, it seems to be like telepathically talking to you.
Okay.
We felt the magic wash over us. But this one remembers. And as this one remembers, this one wanted so bad not to forget. My friends,
I'm going to give him a hug. Very carefully.
He says, "Don't squeeze too hard. You smell really good."
Somebody needs to draw a picture of chibi Triss going.
The others in the pack do not remember, but they trust this one.
How are you smarter?
This one doesn't know. This one felt magic.
This is Nathan. We named them all. But you weren't with them. You weren't with the 14.
I was different before the magic.
Which one are you? I list the names of the ones we named. Brenda? David? Charlie?
I'm sorry to report this, but we did not know those words.
Oh, you didn't know the names.
They were noises. We just...
What name would you like?
This one doesn't know.
Well, if I can find the other 13, I'll figure out which one we called you by process of elimination.
Its nose starts to wiggle side to side, and its forehead starts to pulse and glow. And the others all come walking out in a line, basically.
And there's way more than 14 because there was a bunch that died in the original.
Yeah, there's probably 50 of them.
Holy shit! Millie's gonna plot if we find her. Can you, Gix? You think we can just kill one of the cows and feed them to the cow? Because I think it's worth it. And it's not like Enrique needs them.
We would love the cow.
Don't I have... So I have everything on me that I traveled with, right? Back in time?
Yes.
So I'm going to be like, yeah, and I'm reaching into my pack and pulling out that cleric that I disembodied and
no, let them eat the cow. You're not going to teach them to eat sentient things. Let them eat the cow.
And my hand doesn't slow down at all as I go to hand the meat of the dead cleric to the flesh eater.
To the one with the brain, or to throwing it into the crowd?
Throwing it to the crowd. And I'm like, just tell them that that's not allowed normally. But how do you think that cow feels just dying? You didn't even ask the cow. You just only care about the flesh eaters.
I'll put the cow to sleep, and then they can eat the cow.
Do you want me to ask the cow?
No, don't ask the cow. I'll talk to the cow. The cow's going to get slaughtered for meat anyway. It's okay. I'd pick out the cow.
No, we have perfectly good meat right here. Stop being so picky.
There's 50 of them now.
I have 100 pounds of fucking food right here.
Okay. That's creepy, but...
While you're arguing over the dietary needs of the flesh strippers,
Gix is a very confused vegan.
That is where we'll wrap things up for this week. So most of you are back in Weasel's Crossing. The rest of you are currently in Madriel's realm. Any questions, comments, complaints, or concerns about today's session?
That was great. I want to know how tall the lady who's chasing us is going to grow.
I thought we resolved everything, and it's now there's another thing after us.
In fairness, most of the stuff isn't after you. Or
so I have that. So wait, I have that flesh, but that dude's still alive here. So I could feed him to himself.
Timelines.
You could feed him to himself, yes. In a very
yes.
It's like Eric Cartman plus.
God.
All right. So on that lovely note, let's say our outros real quick. Let's pick things up with the star of today's show, Cheshire. Cheshire, please tell us who you are, what you do, who you're playing, pronouns, and anything you would like to promote.
Hi, so I am Chaz, he, him. And I study video games and music and storytelling, all that fun stuff. And I play Cheshire, also he, him, the undead warlock, who had a fairly rough day. Chaz is exciting as shit because, as I've mentioned before, Lily Payne is one of, if not my favorite character in the whole like D&D realm. And so being caught in the maze, I was like, yes, I'm going in the maze. It's so fun.
Well, I'm glad that's the most excited I've ever seen somebody to be mazed.
Beat me, with me, call me Edna.
Is there anything that you wanted to share with the class? Promote any notable appearances online in, say, about 2.5 weeks that you might be involved in? Anything like that?
Oh, that's open. Yes. In 2.5 weeks, I will be DMing, storytelling, either. I don't think we've discussed it. Either Dragon or.
I believe it's going to be both. I believe we're doing like a crossover game. Yes.
Oh yes. So we are doing a crossover of the Cthulhu and the Dragon of Scion. I did Scion for about 3 months on the Onyx Path. It was amazing. We went all kind of realms. And I took a little break, but I will be doing a crossover of these two separate things. There will still be Scion, but rather than just being gods, there's like Cthulhu and also dragons, which I think is just going to be fucking amazing.
There better be like a Cthulhu dragon.
Right, yes.
I would never do that.
He's making notes right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's going to be run Onyx PathCon, which is June 11th through 13th. All the information's over at theonyxpath.com. You can sign up for games and check out the stream schedule, and everybody should go do that, like a lot today, in fact. And I think they're still taking GM signups too. And so if you are GMing a non-streamed game there, there's ticket sales involved. A portion of the tickets go to the charities that Onyx Path is partnered with. So Bodhana Group, and then I think a portion of it goes to the ticket vendors handling it, and the rest goes to the GM. So you can also earn a couple bucks. I highly recommend anybody who has done community content, go run your community content there, because then you can earn a buck or two for your storytelling time, and then also get people to buy your things and then earn more bucks. It's brilliant. It's a marketing plan worthy of yogurt. On that note, we'll move along to Millie. Millie, please give us your pertinent details.
Hello, my name is Ayli. My pronouns are she/her, and I play Millie, the Tiefling Ranger, whose pronouns are she/they. I am a fetish model. You can find me on Twitter at Kitty Curiosity. I'm also part of an X-rated D&D group called Roll for Seduction, and you can find us on Twitter at Roll Seduction or online at rollforseduction.com. Only check me out if you're an adult.
Please do. And is there somewhere, or will there be somewhere, where people can check out those awesome cosplay pictures that you did of Millie?
Yeah.
I have them posted on my website.
Are they? Sweet. Okay. So if you're growing, go look at those, because they're awesome.
Also for adults only, although that particular photo set is safe for work.
We should throw them on the Scarlands Reborn Facebook page.
Yeah, it wouldn't wait. Yeah.
Oh, they are safe for work.
Don't we have a page for this stream as well?
Yeah, I suppose we should probably maybe put it up there. Oh, yeah. Forget what I said earlier about my marketing skills. All right. Next up, Korggix, please give us your pertinence.
Hi, I'm Tric, or the hair trick, because Cousin Cora and puns are hilarious. I had my mic fall down because it's a pile of garbage. I am he, him, just as Korggix. I play the giant puppy Scrag, and it's incredible. I believe it was Yuggman's Guide 2 that Scrags are in, 2 or 3.
I think it's chapter 2, but it's certainly in the collected edition, which is 60% off right now.
Yeah, you should go get it because it's awesome.
Yeah.
I had nothing to do with it. It's just a lot of fun. But I am a level designer and variety streamer. I do all kinds of stuff like that over on my Twitch stream, which I would love to have you come and hang out, mainly just doing some stalker stuff. But the game is just a backdrop. We talk about whatever. And I always try to find a way to weasel into level design in some way, shape, or form. I'm also writing a ton of stuff over on the Patreon. There was a public post that went up today. I think I have 487 root words finally done for a language. So if you're into language stuff, Yeah. There's a subclass up there for $1 Patreons or higher that I'm super excited to share soon that Fran has been helping me with. Travis has been helping me with. Chaz gave me the idea for. So super cool people helping out with all that. So if you're interested in any of that, check that out too.
Yeah, and that's patreon.com/Hair Trick Productions, right?
Yeah.
Excellent. Next up, we're going to bounce over to the top of the other side of the screen for Jedryn. Jedryn, please give us your pertinence.
Hi, I'm Fran Stewart, the trying to get back on top of the horse rogue. And my pronouns are she, her, so are Jedryn's. And I write for Scarredlands. I edit for Scarredlands. I live for the one. I die for the one. And I do some other writing and editing too. You can find most of it either on Drive-Thru Fiction, Drive-Thru RPG, or wherever fine ebooks are sold. And you can usually find me hanging out on Twitter at Ronald and Valor, basically stinking up the joint. So come by and say hello.
Yes, and definitely check those things out. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Vigilant and Frostlands are both on sale.
I would not be surprised.
As part of the setting sale. So definitely get those at Drive-Thru RPG. Next up, we have Zopa. Please give us your pertinence.
First, I have to say, at least Jedryn's horse is there again for her to get back on.
Yes! Oh my god.
That's true. Yeah, your horse got resurrected by virtue of time travel.
Time travel resurrection. Yes. Mm-hmm. So I'm Jeremy Hochhalter, he, him, playing Zopa, she, her. You can check me out on Twitter at WHPubs, here on Twitch at WH Publications. Yes, go get the book that I grabbed off my shelf because Fran was doing the Vanna White for you, but there was nothing to show. So that's that. It's awesome. Go pick that up. I might have worked on it, so I have a vested interest.
Good stuff.
And join me on Wednesday on my channel for a D&D 5e. What are we playing this week? I don't even know. We're doing an actual play. It's at 12:30 my time, so that's 2:30 Eastern. And Thursdays is the lore you know at 2 p.m. Eastern over at WH Publications.
Definitely head over there, give them a follow and a sub. And do not miss out on that programming. It's good stuff, especially lore you know. You learn a lot about Scarredlands lore, and it's a good time. And then last but not least, that brings us to Triss. Triss, give us your pertinence, please.
Hi, I'm Sarah Stewart. I am she, they. Triss is she, her, the rat folk druid. You can find... Fran pretty much covered most of our stuff. You can also find all the links to all of our stuff at our website at morelikethisindustries.com, which we almost never update, but we confirm the links are at least up to date and the listing of all the stuff we've done. We do have a new book coming very soon, TM, but I've been saying that for months. And we for Frostlands, and we have another book in the works, which is a unannounced title, but it may or may not have something to do with rat folk. So very exciting there. And otherwise, you can find us on those things. Alas, I am unable to participate in the lore you know at the moment. I hope to be back someday, but I cannot make the Thursday time slot. So Jeremy's on his own.
Pesky day jobs.
Day jobs.
And then that leaves me, Travis Legg, he, him. A couple things. One, when I'm not streaming here, I also am stream over at the Onyx Path channel and do the Twitch programming coordination there. Please make sure you've followed both so you know when we go live. If you subscribe to both, that'll just tickle me pink. Secondly, I will be back here. My next stream appearance is 2 o'clock over at the Roll for Seduction stream on Wednesday, 3 p.m. Eastern, for Odysseys and Overlords. Then that night, so Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, we'll be back for episode 2 of Extreme Drawis, because I'm going to be running it every week through the end of summer, provided that my players don't all fall over dead. Normally, we've been running that game bi-weekly, but one of our players is moving to Okinawa in August, so we're trying to wrap up last story arc of the Drow before she moves. So it's going to be weekly games Wednesday nights here on this channel, and that's set in the Forgotten Realm. And then I'm just keep an eye on the schedule. If you haven't followed me on social media, I'm at Travis Lake pretty much everywhere. I'm going to be adding 1, possibly 2 more streams to my schedule. Probably one that's on the Plastic Age channel and possibly one on the Onyx Path channel. Keep an eye peeled for that, and definitely, like I said before, check out Onyx PathCon because I'll be all over that place, running games, talking on panels, or just sitting behind the scenes, pulling the tech strings. Thank you all so much for playing today. I've had a blast. I'm loving where this story is going. I've just decided to embrace the chaos that's been laid in my lap and magnify it as much as possible. I hope you're all having as much fun with that as I am. And I hope the audience is enjoying yourselves as well. Wash your hands, get vaccinated, and we'll see you again next week. Bye.
Bye, everybody.